And hello everyone, welcome back to our premiere challenge, mid-season showdown, excuse me, I don't know what I'm talking about, here in Pico Rivera, California for our Gen Challenge series. My name is Cisco Cornell. Dennis Isa once again joining me. We have round 4, we have Shane Gaffney, we have David Rosemon, we have two nearly identical playstyles, but different Pokemon entirely. Shane with the Earthbound Single Strike, Goldango, Raging Bolt, Incineroar, Ogerpon Wellspring, and Tornadus Incarnate for him, and for David Rosemon. And yeah, thankfully that was there because I apologize because I've been misspelling names for whatever reason without seeing them officially. It is Fluttermane, Urshifu Single Strike, Ogerpon Heartflame, Iron Hands, Regraph, and Ursulina Blood Moon.
Yeah, a couple of things we haven't seen a whole lot of. The Raging Bolt we haven't seen much of lately. It was definitely a big trendy pick going into the Regulation F, one of the big exciting new Pokemon to be added to this format, but hasn't really gotten a whole lot of time in the spotlight. And then on David's team, we see that Ursulina Blood Moon has kind of been like quietly, I'm not going to say on the rise, but it's certainly been lingering around the edges of the metagame. A lot of people were initially going with it with like Trick Room because it is so slow, but it can kind of just linger and be very useful on its own with that Blood Moon that can still hit ghost types, the Mind's Eye. It just hits really hard.
It hits hard, nice hits fast. That's all it can do.
Yeah.
Hits hard, hits fast.
Well, it doesn't hit fast. It's
I mean, it could hit
not fast.
It could hit fast with the Trick Room, or if it gets enough hit with support.
But it certainly can.
We're going to see David Rosemon go, and we're going to see this from Shane's perspective. Shane, if nobody knows, he got top 4 Sacramento, so he's a pretty responsible player.
Yeah, these players both at 2 and 1. This is a really stacked lineup right here. I mean, Arnie's a good player. He's 0 and 3, but he's a very good player. There are a lot of very good players to beat a player like Arnie 3 times.
Okay, and now we're going to see Fluttermane Urshifu Single Strike for David as we see a Booster Energy Speed be activated on that Fluttermane next to that Booster Energy. For Shane, is Ogerpon Wellspring and Goldango. I mean, Wicked Blow Goldango is definitely the obvious thing you can do here. Fluttermane here, it does have access to Icy Wind, so it could just make an Ogerpon attack not worthwhile because it just makes it slower than the Urshifu itself. And obviously, Goldango going to switch out into an Incineroar in fear of that Wicked Blow.
Yeah, I like an Icy Wind Wicked Blow into the Ogerpon here out of David. I don't know what a good answer from Shane would be in that case.
Oh, Terra comes out.
Terastal. I'm curious.
And this is Shane's Ogerpon going to get that social defense boost and to make sure that Icy Wind's now not very effective instead of being a neutral effect.
Still, that was never really going to be the main goal of using that. I'm actually a little worried about
wait a minute, I just realized something.
Trying to hit hard.
Well, yeah. If David goes for his energy ball on this Fluttermane, because it is Terra Grass and energy ball, but this is Urshifu going for the Terra right here, and this is Terra Dark. So I
like this. If this is a Wicked Blow into the Ogerpon after an Icy Wind, I like this a lot from David.
Oh, there is Icy Wind. That's step 1. You gotta get the speed drop on both these Pokemon.
We'll see if it knocks out. This could actually be close.
I don't think this knocks out Ogerpon, I'm gonna be honest.
It might not. It'll be close. This is a big boost.
Wicked Blow. Did it target the Goldango Song? Did it target the Ogerpon? It targeted the Ogerpon. How much damage is it doing? It's enough for a knockout!
I like that play a lot from David. I like that a lot. It's a really, really nice call out, seeing, yeah, the Goldango's not going to stick around here. I have that Icy Wind. I have that speed priority. And now this is going to be a really, really difficult spot for Shane to work his way out of because kind of lost a lot of your damage here. And the Urshifu still does have that Focus Sash active. This could be a double Protect turn to stall out the Fake Out turn for Incineroar, which I think would be a nice play here.
Yeah, and now Raging Bolt's in a weird spot because while you can Thunderclap both these Pokemon, it's not really going to be threatening a knockout at this very moment. Well, obviously, Version was got Focus Sash, but Fluttermane's free special defensively. And Incineroar does have Fake Out to go for. And Shane, I mean, yes, we understand why we went for the turn 1 play, but David just make it look like it was not the play to go for.
Yeah, it was just a really, really smart play by David going up against that. I liked the turnaround there. It was really, really nice.
No protects, no fake outs come out either. And as Raging Bolt taking half damage to that Moonblast. Oh, that's a big special attack drop from that Moonblast. I mean, if this goes into the Raging Bolt, this special attack is not going to matter.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it goes down with another one. That's 2 knockouts in 2 turns for David. Incineroar kind of just there. Flare blitzes the Urshifu. It's going to break its Sash, but that's not even doing half.
Yeah. And at this point, I don't know. We do know what Shane has in the back. It's Golden Go.
Yeah,
That thing is going to get hit pretty hard by a Wicked Blow, unless it terastallizes, in which case it's still going to get hit decently. And I mean, at this point, if you're David, you have to feel like you're in a pretty nice spot. The Incineroar can't really do much anymore. It can basically just hit Flare Blitz a lot of times.
Moonblast into this Incineroar. They said the half HP will activate that Citrus Berry at exactly 100 hit points.
Exactly the amount to activate it.
Yeah, we'll recover 50 HP thanks to that Citrus Berry. Wicked Blow goes into this Golden Go. Down will go in one hit. And this is David making a statement game 1.
Yeah, real statement game 1. This is a... Haven't seen a lot of that single strike Urshifu before Regulation F. We've been seeing it a ton in Regulation F.
I mean, we can't really say we haven't been seeing it because Gio's been winning these regionals and these premier challenges back here.
Yeah, it's been showing up a lot, at the very least in Regulation F from everybody, and it's certainly working really well.
I respect the fake out. I respect the fake out.
The funny final turn fake out, but it's been working really well. Especially with just that insane boosted damage from the Terra Dark. With that Focus Sash, that means that you are never really threatening it in a really impressive way. And yeah, it's just a really good turn 1 from David, just bringing 2 Pokemon, very fast Flutter Mane, very hard-hitting Urshifu. We'll see what Shane decides to do against this for game number 2. Because clearly that did not work.
No, I think the worst case scenario was probably going for Follow Me. The problem from that point onward would have been you don't have speed control because that Flutter Mane, I mean, booster speed Icy Wind Flutter Mane, it's been showing up and it's been proving to be one of the superior ways to speed control without Prankster.
Yeah, exactly. And it is straight up without Prankster, without Tailwind, without anything else. Basically one of the fastest moves that you're going to see especially often.
I mean, that's something you usually see out of Iron Bundle back in the day, but now Flutter Mane's taking over that role.
Yeah, exactly, and Flutter Mane can do it because it has leftover move slots. I like the idea for Shane of leading Tornadus to get the Tailwind pressure in so that you are not threatened by the Icy Wind as heavily. The Flutter Mane still might outspeed whatever under Tailwind, but you're still in a better spot than you were because at least you have your own Tailwind up. There's still an opportunity at the very least to outspeed your Urshifu or to just put out more pressure turn 1. You don't want that to happen again. You don't want your Ogerpon to get destroyed turn 1 again. That was really bad.
And the I mean, also Raging Bolt got destroyed in one turn as well with Moonblast's Wicked Blow.
Yeah.
Those 2 Pokemon never got a chance to shine in the spotlight, nor did that Goldengo. It was only Incineroar doing damage, and it did not have to.
Incineroar is not a damage dealer in this format. It has surprisingly good attack for how much it is a fantastic supportive Pokemon, but it's not going to be a damage dealer in this format.
Yeah, it's just like, at that point, it's just like, what do you do if you're Shane? Because obviously you got to deal with the fact that you're really not getting damage out in this very moment. Maybe Tornadus comes in here. Oh boy, it is Raging Bolt Tornadus, so you can't Thunderclap. You could fake out the Tornadus. It is just holding that Rocky Helmet.
I actually like this quite a bit from David once again. I like that it's kind of very different because you threatened so much in game number 1. You had so much pressure, and now you say, hey, how about that Trick Room? Now Farigiraf is in a spot where it can get a Trick Room up. Now Raging Bolt is in a spot where it can't use the Thunderclap. Even though that Raging Bolt has the longer neck, Farigiraf has the
smarter.
Farigiraf has the smarter neck. Exactly.
This is a Psychic type after all. Tornadus doesn't want to set up Tailwind, obviously, so it's going to swap out. Robin's going to... Oh, Goldengo. So if this is Fake Out, it's going to do nothing, but I don't think this Fake Out's coming. It's just going to be a Snarl. Not doing a whole lot of damage on Iron Hands. Just a fair amount of Farigiraf. We'll get that special attack drop, but... okay, Close Combat goes into this Raging Bolt. That's a whole lot of damage.
Close Combat? Iron Hands. I didn't expect that. I didn't realize.
Do we see Trick Room for this Farigiraf? I mean, obviously, because our Farigiraf would have outspent Iron Hands if it did.
Yeah, exactly. And now this is pretty difficult if you are Shane. Once again, it feels weird to play against this team. The Farigiraf, yeah, I can see why the Raging Bolt would need to get out of here right now.
Tornadus is the option here, so close combat once again is not going to do much to a pure flying type.
Unless
Helping
it
Hand
reads
comes out.
the pick and goes for an electric move.
Is that the case? Okay, electric move into the Goldango. It is going to not knock it out just yet, but that's just not a good turn for this Goldango because it went for a nasty plot.
Yeah, it did, but yeah, at the same time, this Goldango is in a real trouble moving forward, and yeah, this Iron Hands is actually, I did not properly identify how interesting this Iron Hands was beforehand. Terrifier, Clear Amulet, Close Combat, Wild Charge, Volt Switch, and Fake Out.
Yeah, it's the aggressive set that doesn't want to get intimidated.
It is, yeah, and I like it quite a bit into this matchup now. And yeah, at this point, I think the Iron Hands has a really nice opportunity to... You do have to kind of read a Protect here, I think, and it could be a double Protect opportunity for Shane to try to get out of Trick Room, although we don't know what's in the back for David. It might not be
Farigiraf swaps. This could be Ursaluna coming in here because Trick Room's still up on the table. It is Ursaluna, and Ursaluna is going to come in here. One of the more devastating Pokemon in this format right now. Protect comes out. This is Wild Charge. I think this game might be swinging to a bit of a trouble here for Shane, but no, it just goes into the Goldango for safe measures. Tornadus' only attack that can do damage is Bleak Wind Storm. It does connect to both Pokemon. If it lowers the speed, that's bad.
Yeah, it's not going to be hugely
Oh,
meaningful.
no!
It's not going to matter that much. Ursaluna's going to be slower than everything else regardless. It's actually, interestingly, looking at the sheets, Ursaluna would have been faster than Iron Hands, but it doesn't really matter otherwise. And I think that's the thing, is that Ursaluna had a pretty free opportunity to get in here. The question now is, I guess Hyper Voice is a nice opportunity for Ursaluna right now, because Goldango is not immune to Hyper Voice because of Mind's Eye, and it probably will finish off the Goldango. It'll be close at least. Iron Hands will have the opportunity to just kind of Wild Charge whatever.
Yeah, and now this is a tough choice for Goldango, because if you don't... I mean, wait, actually, this is a good question. Does Mind's Eye go for the Steel Resist? Because if it does, then I still think it has a chance to knock out Goldango.
I think Mind's Eye is still... Steel is still resisted, but it is not immune. So I think Hyper Voice could still knock out. It's at very low HP, and Ursaluna is really, really strong.
I mean, we are seeing Terra Normal coming out for this Ursaluna.
Really, really strong. I think this is signaling a Hyper Voice.
I mean, this should not knock out Tornadus right now. Although double up into it will.
Yeah, I don't think it'll knock out Tornadus, but at the same time, if you are at least confident, and especially now, I think that must be the Tornadus Terra Steel.
It is.
But I think if you are confident that you're going to knock out the Goldango with this turn, you can just attack the Tornadus, and this could be an opportunity for David to read that Terra and go for the close combat.
Rain Dance comes out, so I think I see the way Shane's trying to get out of this game. I think I do see the way, but let's see if he gets out of this turn before I can make a word on that, because if he doesn't, it's not going to be worth mentioning. No, it does go down, unfortunately, due to that Terra Normal Hyper Voice thanks to that Mind's Eye ability, although we all knew that was probably range. Does Wild Charge or Close Combat come out? It's Volt Switch. Okay, so it gets a reset at the very least, but so to make it clear, Shane only set up Rain to power up his potential Ogerpon in the back and to make sure that Weakness Storm is accurate.
Yeah, and that's not terrible. The thing, yeah, I guess I might have liked to see an attack out of Tornadus, but it might have known that it didn't have too many opportunities to attack remaining. This Urshifu coming in is interesting because it is going to be way faster. Although I think, yeah, I think it will be faster than this Tornadus. This Tornadus is shockingly slow.
Well, if it gets a turn to survive, well, now it's threatened by Earth Power, but yeah. Now this all just comes down to how many turns of Trick Room are left, because if this is the last turn, Tornadus can just, oh, wait, no, never mind, it's Urshifu. I just realized.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Tornadus is pinned.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Urshifu's in a nice spot here, because you have to focus all of your attacks on Urshifu right now, and if you do that, then Farigiraf and Ursaluna come back in and destroy you.
And the Iron Hands.
Yeah, and the Iron Hands. Just all of that will deal with you.
Yeah, this one's just hard because Urshifu can just close combat the Tornadus out pretty freely now that the Goldango is gone.
Yeah.
Wicked Blow still does a number on...
Yeah, I was going to say, frankly, it could like Wicked Blow or even Sucker Punch the Raging Bolt.
Well, I don't think Sucker Punch would actually beat the Thunderclap due to the Trick Room properties going out right now. Tornadus is just in a retreat.
I think that's true. It would be a potential option. At this point, yeah, this Ogerpon, I don't hate
Urshifu switches out as well.
I kind of like that. We'll see what the decision is
It's
here
a
from the
regraph,
Ursaluna.
so this does potentially mean that the last turn of Trick Room is incoming. Thunderclap is going to get blocked by that Armor Tail. We see David reacting positively about anything else to read here.
That's a very good choice there.
Hyper Voice comes out. Will does it knock down the Raging Bolt? It will. Ogre Pawn takes so much damage. Now this comes out to Tornadus versus the World, I would imagine.
Fantastic call there from David, seeing two Pokemon that are weak to Earth Power and not clicking Earth Power. And now it's an opportunity to, I think...
Yeah, it's
tough here.
Yeah,
there is actually kind of a route around here for Shane. I think you have to get rid of the Fur Giraffe right now.
Yeah, it involves a lot of Bleak Wind Storms because you had the rain up, I think, for 2 more turns if I counted correctly.
I think you have to. I think you have to. Yeah.
Well, because when it rain, the Furrigar should definitely take the knockout. Oh, never mind. I mean, the Bleak Wind Storm will take it. Oh, wait a minute. That's a Citrus Ray. I think I may be speaking too soon.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that if the Fur Giraffe took that Ivy Cudgel hit, and especially, we'll see the Bleak Wind.
Oh,
wow.
No.
So I was going to say the Ursaluna, if it was able to get a hit off.
And Shane's throwing the towel. He knows the game is over. Hyper Voice comes out, knocks out the Ogre Pawn. Trigger is going to get set up by the Furrigar because it went before the Ursaluna. And that's Tornadus versus the World, and it doesn't even have enough speed to muster it.
Yeah, yeah, and Ursaluna will go down to the Life Orb chip, but yeah, that was really, really well played by David 2 times in a row. This is such a neat team, and gets a Trick Room up. I like that. I was going to say, I think the Fur Giraffe could have, well, the Dazzling Gleam wouldn't have finished it off, and that's Fur Giraffe's only attacking move. So Iron Hands, the great friend, will finish this one off.
Yeah, and Shane's going to forfeit immediately. I think that means he's now down to 2-2, meaning his run has a hinge on 2 wins in a row to get back on here. David Rosemon, 3-1. Really impressive, especially with a team that's proven to do well in Charlotte.
Yeah, and I came together really, really well, and just having the speed options, that's the thing about speed control, is that it involves Trick Room, it can involve Icy Wind, it can involve Tailwind, it can involve playing against any of those, and David clearly had perfect control over the speed for the entire set.
Yeah, that was just how that was just perfect, because like Ursaluna, you kind of underestimated in Tailwind sometimes because it has the speed necessary as like the most middle ground.
Yeah.
Like, it won't outspeed a flood. I mean, anytime soon without Trick Room, but you still got to respect it.
Yeah.
And speaking of respect, we got to respect the wheel because we got another manga book to give away.
The wheel. I keep moving kind of far away. The wheel ends up in the middle area here.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, if you guys haven't noticed at the bottom of the screen, we are doing a charity to Child's Play. Well, we're going to talk about after the wheel. So we're going to give away another one of these precious manga books here. Any of these 3 are still available for the giveaway. One of our lucky trainers here is going to win one of the books right now. And once we spin this wheel, we will have our 3rd winner.
Oh, I didn't get it that time. I was so close. I kind of got it on the upswing.
Yeah, let's see who's going to win this book right now. So many trainers in this tournament. And the winner of another manga book. Oh, wait a minute. It's already Wolfers and Nicholas Stavrakis. The wheel's going to stop. It's going to be Nicholas. Nicholas Stavrakis wins another manga book. Okay, that's going to be doing it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back for round 5 right after this break. Don't worry.